Welcome to Hidden Collections. Today we're doing a vintage um, Wizards of the Coast collection. This is actually what kind of inspired me to maybe start my channel if I wanted to. Was I went out and I just started like looking, and I'm like, I'd like to get some of those cards back from when I was playing and start building a collection again. But I was like, maybe I should do a channel too. So we're just gonna start going through. I believe all of these. There might be. I believe all of them are holos. There might be a few non-holos in there, but we can start off going through base set all the way through some of the Neo sets. So a lot of these cards, they're definitely in some sort of play. This one's in a little bit better shape than some. It's got that little white here at the bottom, but other than that, the Sinnoh and then scratching on the surface. I even thought about like, oh, if I'm getting these, a lot of these ones, find which ones the best condition ones go to the binder at the time, and then possibly just rebuild some decks and have some fun playing some old vintage Pokemon. Because at the time, I think now, because everything's kind of going up, is like I see some people trying to sell some of these cards for a lot more. So, and they're played and everything, but it's fun. This is my way, I guess, of doing vintage cards. I want to open those vintage packs, but until I guess later on or something, to be able to sustainably do that. So this is my next best option, is to just go through, enjoy the artwork, the cards. It just takes me back to like when I was opening these packs at the whole $3 or $4 a pack. Now they're a couple. I mean, I think base set just unlimited is now over. You can't get. I mean, you get lucky if you can get it under $100, but they're all over $100. So now we're hopping into some jungle. But yeah, that's one of the big main reasons why I did this, was to, I think, to restart collecting was my thing on it. And then it was like, oh, maybe I should try doing some videos, and hopefully others would enjoy these as well. So just kind of going through and enjoying the cards. I mean, you can see like right there, besides if I blind everybody with the light, you can see that they're scratched. These were played with. Everything. A question, I mean, like when you look at this one, on how thick, if you look at you can see how much thicker the black ink is and how bolder it is, like just looking at the attacks compared to the Snorlax. Like this one is laid on, and I've seen others opening and they have had, darker or, more yellow borders and everything to them. So it's just fun going back through all these. I think they do deserve, even though these are, I mean, I could send them all off to get graded, but you'd probably looking at grades of 5, 6, 7, and I'd have a bunch of those, and it's like, would anybody else, it turns into who else wants those kind of grades? Start filling out the pops of all those cards. I mean, some of these have excellent centering and everything. It's just they're gonna just Slightly played. First edition Articuno. I would think about doing this because it was first edition. But, I mean, is getting the 6 worth it to send it in for one of those cards, or just hold on to it? So, I know it's not, probably is not as exciting. Let the Raichu. Zapdos right there. This one's, I have one that's non-first edition that has the Holo air. I think that's one that's in my collection. Has the evolution stage air right there. That one was probably printed after they corrected it. No, I hopefully do this, and others, when they watch this, they get to see their favorite Pokemon cards from back in the vintage. Only a couple base set 2 cards. I'm gonna shift these back over. And some of these, I know a lot of these cards aren't like tremendously. I mean, I could think about, I haven't done it for the other ones. I don't think it's like good to like throw down the values on these. I mean, because it's probably goes up and down. I mean, I'm sure some of these like pack fresh are worth more, but a lot of these ones are light play. So we got a pre-release Start Gyarados there. I'm gonna move in some 2 Gym Heroes. I haven't been announcing the sets most of the time, so like some of these Gym Hero ones I don't have, and they're gonna go straight into the binder. So it's kind of good to just knock out some of them. We got Blaine's Moltres. Last 2, that one has a swirl right above its head. The person who I bought these from, I remember, I mean, he played with them when he was younger, or traded, or however they got them. So that side there has a swirl. We're getting lots of swirls in a row. All those have had, so I don't remember on the Rockets Moltres, but sorry, I know there's a swirl right above this one right here. So getting lots of swirly cards. Then I think this is the only pre-release. I mean, I have my own, but I think this is like the only pre-release that I attended when I was actually playing when I was a kid, was the Gym Heroes one. So another box right on there. I think this is our last Gym Hero. So we got a Brock and a Swirl. I don't know how he has so many of these that have swirls. There's so many of these cards that have swirls in them. So we're going to Gym Challenge. We got Giovanni's Nidoking. And this one's should be a little easier to grade because there's not as much. Nidoking takes up so much, and there's hardly any Holo to scratch, but it's the back of the card and stuff. Got another one. You can see the scratches. We got Rockets Mewtwo. I know this one's one of the good ones to get out of the set, but unfortunate. So I mean, it's just they're just gonna go in and try to help complete the collection. So the Arcanine. We got Koga's Beedrill. So I hope everybody gets to enjoy and, you know, gets to see. I think I had this because this came out before. It's got a little swirl on the side there. Because this was pre-Neo promo. I think that's why I slid that one in there. Now we got the Neo Genesis. Kingdra, got another one. I think these ones are, I think this was in a intro deck, so I think that's why there's so many, you see a lot of them. Togetic. So, I know, I'm trying to figure out how to make these ones a lot more. I mean, this one's just kind of sitting through and being able to enjoy. Another swirl right there. So many swirls. The sit through, you know, and just kind of enjoy these cards. I mean, it's just, you know, being able to do this. I think this is one of the bigger ones that I was able to go get. We got a few Japanese cards from the Neo sets. So we got another Heracross, but Japanese. We got the big one right here. I think this one's still in pretty good condition. Some of the scratches might just be on this plastic case, because I've checked this one over. I think it's got like a little like staining or something on the top right there. Else that would be a very good one to get. The Earth Ring, you know, Discovery. Yeah, that's got a Wobbuffet with the swirl. So it's cool that a lot of these have swirls. We got Southern Islands, Vileplume. The swirl right in the middle of it. Jumpluff. I think there's a couple. Yeah. Jumpluff. So I didn't really point out the next cards. I mean, there's been some other ones that have airs like the Arbok, but the Delibird, it's the energies are not centered. They're too high up. I think they're supposed to be probably near the Pokemon to be centered on the words, but I think that's a common error on all of them. And like the Dark Arbok, you know, 99 to, I think I can find it. It's right here. To stop to that, you know, 99 to 23,000. So just part of some errors. I think in the Rocket Scyther has one. I mean, they're just text errors, not like really big one. Like its areas in this one is in the shadow image. It's at the bottom. It says, if I can get it blurred, it says this effect lasts until Rocket Scyther takes damage or is benched or is evolved. There's no evolution for Scyther back in the day until Scizor came out in the Neo set, so it would never evolve. So I think we got some couple more cards. You know, one promo. So going into the Nintendo era, I believe with this border, yeah. The Suicune. We have the Entei promo card. And then we have a Tentacool from Legendary Treasures with that firework. I think that's, like everyone says, this is probably the coolest reverse holo. I mean, yeah, it was done by Wizards of the Coast, so that's probably why we can't get something like... They could probably make something like it, but... And then finishing off, last card, we have the Gengar with that reverse. It just looks so cool. You know, like I was saying, I think because Wizards of the Coast, you know, probably owns something, a patent or a trademark that's their foil, so you can't do that anymore. Along with like the swirl pattern. I don't know how it all works, but so this was like the first collection. So yeah, I adjusted the camera to kind of give a downward angle of a majority of the cards. I know there's light blocking up, you know, to the Nidokings, but kind of get a good overview shot of everything. So that was just video, you know, a nice little easy I felt like let's go with a full Holo, WOTC era um, vintage cards. I hope everyone gets to enjoy and partake in seeing what this is about enjoying the cards. I know opening up from packs is way more exciting to see what you get, and then it's like, oh, it's just a bunch of this. But being able to see the cards and a lot of them at once, I think, is a little bit more exciting to me than it can be for others. But that's just me on how I take it. So I hope everyone enjoyed seeing all these nice vintage WotC cards. So I thank everyone for watching. Everyone that has subscribed, thank you so much. Until next time, have a great day. See you later.